At Nielsen, we've seen that the FMCG market has been growing over the last few years. The latest Consumer Confidence Index survey shows that the Indian consumer is now thinking about inflation, but that has only led to a slight slowdown in the growth rates. Both in urban and in rural India, FMCG is still growing at a healthy rate. 80% of all categories are growing faster in rural India as compared to urban India. And given their size in rural India, they contribute a significant additional volume to the overall India growth. You might be surprised to know that the fairness cream segment has been growing at 40% for the last 3 years. Or for that matter, ready-to-cook meals have grown at 160% in 2010. And by the way, other all-terrain categories, as we like to call them at Nielsen, like shampoos, salty snacks, biscuits, have been growing at a very healthy rate in rural India as well. Expansion in these categories is actually going to increase consumption and marketing in adjacent categories within rural India. Traditionally, marketers focus on the growth factor while investing in high-growth economies like India. It is linked to the core competencies of the marketer themselves, a holistic understanding of the consumer segment, as well as sustainability, which is around return on investment. This becomes extremely difficult when also looking at which geographies and categories to enter in, or for that matter, trying to understand where is the competitive threat going to come from. These categories are large, well penetrated, and still growing in rural India, which means that the next surge of growth is going to come from maturity as well as momentum in these and their adjacent categories. And at Nielsen, we've seen that growth in per dealer offtake, leading us to believe that there is a genuine consumer pull and these categories are becoming a permanent feature within the rural shopping basket. First of all, Nielsen identified commodity to branding about a decade ago, and that still plays a key role in the growth of these categories. Low unit packs are playing a significant role in inducing trial by consumers who want to adopt a better lifestyle. And finally, geographic presence and availability make sure that the consumer need not travel to the nearby town but can buy the same product in his own village. These trends and shifts are going to shape how we market to the rural consumers going forward. Whether it is creating products specifically for rural India, or it is understanding the role of the shopkeeper in the purchase decision, or for that matter, the fast pace at which the rural consumer shifts from brand to brand, will determine the success of marketeers in the FMCG bazaar, which in the next 15 years will become $100 billion.